Hello guys, welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to explain you about famous wireless sensor network protocol LEACH, and in this video what I'm going to show you behavior of LEACH and how it behave in various environment and what are the scalability criteria of LEACH. And thereafter I'm going to show you how you can increase the network lifetime of leech by various approach like multi-hop routing protocol and single hop routing protocol subclustering approach, and how you would be able to design your own protocol. This is Ajay. So guys, initially I would like you to show the behavior of leech, how actually it behave in normal parametric condition. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe it for various upcoming research topic. I used to post videos in various field. And if you don't know much about leech, you can actually watch my previous video where I have shown you an explanation of leech protocol and how you would be able to increase its lifetime by 300%, correspondingly change a single line mathematical parameter. In this time, what I am going to show, first I'll start with the scalability thing, that how leech actually behave when the number of node are 100, number of nodes become 1000, and number of nodes in a very compressed area, and when the number of node become when the area grows, what will be the behavior of leech correspondingly. So guys, this is the leech protocol. You can download it from internet, but all you need to do, just type leech.m and you can get the protocol. If you won't get the protocol, I am providing you the link at the bottom of this video where you can learn more about other topics as well. And I have given the URL of blog where you can find the description of this video. So guys, here I go, and I'll start with the basic things, the behavior of leech, how actually it behave in normal environment. So for plotting the graphs, I'm using the parameters, these parameters. I need to just put it here. When I put it here, the leech one is the last one. So I am going to delete rest of the parameters so that you will get the clear graph. At the top section, I actually added the number of round. Instead of running it for 6000, which takes bit more time than 3000, I need to modify the number at the bottom side also. Okay guys, so I'm going to run it for normal behavior of leech, and then I'll move forward for other analysis. So it takes sorry, 3001. Let me see. Sorry, I need to edit legend. Let me see what bugs I have got. So I must have declared rmax here, and it is rl, must be the same length. P ps. Okay, I need to clear my previous window. Now I'm running it again, and let's see what I got. Okay guys, so now I've received the basic, the behavior of leech. You can see here at the like it actually behaved traditionally. The first node become dead around 385 round, and the almost 99%, 98% node will become dead at 1480 round. Okay, this is the total lifetime of leech. This is the network parameters. So okay guys, so now what I'm going to show you the behavior of leech, how scalable it is. It is the first protocol which is being designed. So I'm going to increase the number of node here. Instead of uh, running for in what actually I have done right now, I increase the total number of node in the field of 100 by 100 meter. Instead of 100, I increase it 10 times 1000. So now the environment is become very much dense. And let's say what will happen when we run the leech protocol in very dense environment. Okay guys, I have just remember one thing. The previously all nodes become dead at around at at around 400 sorry 1400 round, like here. I'm going to plot it here. So 98% is around 41454, and the first become dead at 383. Okay guys, so now I'm running it. Let me run the protocol again and let's see what will happen. Let me close all graph first, clear the window, clear the screen as well, and now run the protocol. So it's running again. You can see here when I increase the number of node, the time it consumed to run is become large. Right now at the behind of the scene, the number of the environment becomes so much dense. So while it taking some time, I'm going to explain you the working methodology of bleach and how you can increase it. So I guess I hope you guys bit know about leech protocol. So I'm going to start with the parametric description, which is the standard. You need to set the transmission and receiver energy dissipation constant. So it is always stand for 50 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 9. uh, Amplifier energy, how much amplification while at the time of communication, how much energy actually it consume to transmit the signal with the help of amplifier. And data aggregation energy, this is also very important parameter. The other important parameter is the free space routing and multipath routing. So guys, I this is the amplification energy. Let me show you the graph first. So when I increase the network, I'll make the network more dense. You can see here the graph is very much smooth, and most likely the scalability of the leech protocol is not much being affected as we increase the number of node. So first node died, though it increased the lifetime. First node died at around 411 instead of 383, and the last node died earlier than the previous one, that is around 1241 round. So now I'm going to execute the same operation when I increase the field size, and we'll see what is the behavior of each protocol. So I'm running it and I'm going to, so this is the important thing when you actually decide what sort of transmission is actually happens between the node and cluster head to the base station. This is the core story. I'll explain you the graph little after the explanation of leech protocol. So this is the core of story. Guys, when should happen when the free space routing should be done and when multipath routing. So guys, if this let me show you the value of do corresponding to field size 1000 by 1000. It always stand for, I'm going to close all figure so that I can show you the behavior also. Sorry, I just clear the environment. So I need to paste it everything here. So now I'm going to show you the value of it. So it always stands for 87.7058. That is a ratio which decide what sort of routing should be happen between the nodes cluster head and cluster head to the base station. So if the distance between the node and the cluster head is more than 87.7058, then the multi-path routing should happen and the dissipation become high. So guys, I'm going to execute again the when we increase the network size and the number of node become 1000, and you will see the most of the routings between the nodes actually happens the multipath routing. So the correspondingly the lifetime of the network become low. Let me show you. As you can see here, now everywhere it start with multipath routing. So the first node become died at very early at what to say at round number 4 or 3, because it takes so much energy to transmit information from one node to cluster head or cluster head to the base station, and all the node 90% node become died at around 585. And while at the original protocol, when we considering the field size of 100 by 100, the first node died somewhat here, but this time the network lifetime become reduced 100 time than the previous. And what was the cause of that thing is the selection of multipath and free space routing. So the concept of explaining this thing prior to increase the network lifetime, I would like to you to explain, guys, because this is the core. This is the core why the leech protocol is not that much scalable, and the concept why we need to do more research and increase the network lifetime and find out the dynamic way to do such thing which is more scalable and more productive. So guys, here the things actually happens. You can see here when the distance is greater than the do, that is the coefficient 87 point something, is more than that, then the multipath routing always happen, and when it happens it actually consume more energy to transmit. While if the distance is less than do, that means the node and the cluster at distance or cluster at node distance or cluster at base distance is less than 87 point, then the free space routing actually happen, and the coefficient of free space routing is far lesser than the coefficient of multipath routing. That means less energy will get consumed. So now the thing is, why do we require the multi-hop? We need a routing which actually select the way to find out, instead of always tackle the multipath routing, it tries to find out the way out that it should transmit the energy to nearby node, while the nearby node further transmit energy to the cluster head, so that the energy consumed by the node is far much lesser than the existing that the idea being proposed by the leak. So I'm going to show you my multi-hop routing protocol and will show you the comparative analysis how my multipath routing protocol actually work. So I'm going to start with the 100 node with the same scenario, 100 by 100 field parameter. On the original side, I need to add these routing protocol on So here is the leech, the same name, and the single hop routing. Okay guys, so yes, I'm done, I guess. I need to comment the graph part so that it won't affect the performance. So let's move and we'll see how the multi-hop routing protocol actually works. So let me run it, and meanwhile I will explain the concept, what exactly I wanted to say. So guys, here the methodology will actually affect. So first it elect the cluster head, and after electing the cluster head it calculate the distance. Thereafter the distance is the core where it select the routings, what sort of routing it should be happen between the cluster head and other nodes. So it calculate the distance between each node and the cluster head. If the distance is between the node and the cluster head is lesser than do, then it involve the free space routing. If it is more than the do, then cluster head will get involved to find out which is the nearby node through which it actually take as an intermediate. So it involve with the search criteria here. It calculate the distance between each node in the same cluster. When it calculates the distance between the each node and the same cluster, if it finds a node which is the which actually is less than between the do distance, and also the node which is far is lies in between it nearby, it select that node is a subcluster, and here the energy dissipation as a free space routing happens. So this is this in this way it always involve with the multi-hop routing protocol. This concept in multi-hop, what it actually doing, it for initially selecting a cluster head. After selecting cluster head, it find out the distance between each node. The nearby node directly transmit to the cluster head. Far away node find out the next nearby node in between the cluster, declare that node, become the subcluster, transmit all energy to the subcluster, and cluster subcluster will participate further to transmit energy to the cluster head. That way, it saves some energy, and dynamic election will help us to increase the lifetime. This protocol I built for selling purpose. Guys, you can, if you're willing to buy this protocol, then just contact me. I've given my contact number at the title section of the video. Don't forget, this is the core of the core concept. So I'm just taking creating some drawing for you guys. This is the core of finding subcluster, and you read these things in articles, and but this is the quite novel idea how you select. And none of the open source code available on the internet tell you or teach you that how the subclustering and multi-hop routing actually happens. So you guys can contact me for getting the source code, and I'm waiting to get the output. It's running, and I'm sorry I've done actually. I minimized the leech for 3000 round, so I need to set it for 6 again, and need to rerun the program. So guys, I hope while it taking time, I hope I try to explain you how you actually study the limitations of existing protocol by doing the practical analysis of existing source code by changing the parameters and see the behavior of it. Okay guys, then you understand how what modification you required or you can do and what are the limitation actually lies, and then you can start doing these things. Guys, we provide one-to-one interaction for all of my for all the people who are interested to learn about wireless sensor network, latest technology and AI. I have posted many videos in AI route and image processing, speech processing, and practical applications of various fields. You can see my channel. And guys, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe this channel, because in future you will be getting more and more videos, and you won't miss any videos. So click the bell button also. So here I've done the comparison of multi-hop routing protocol, existing leech, and single hop routing protocol. Packet size is always standard. So guys, here we got the result. This is the way you can increase the network lifetime of dynamic hope selection criteria. This is the single hope routing protocol, and this is the behavior of leech. I'm going to perform multiple operation here so that I can show you the way for better analysis. Guys, I built this source code for selling purpose, and the leech protocol source code is always available open source. Rest, you need to contact me for getting the price of the source code. So I'm going to perform this operation with dense environment and the same field length 100 by 100. So I've increased the number of node here. I need to increase the number here also, and save it. Single hop. S stand for single hop, and at the top side I need to subtract the live. So let's run the program again and see the behavior, how it behave in very dense environment. In the original graph, I guess you guys noticed that the lifetime of the node become so much high. I have already saved the graph for 100. So that note, you can see here, this is the far more efficient than the existing leech and single hop routing protocol. It is a bit slow because now the network is more and more dense. So I'm pausing this video for just a second. So guys, here my results are something like this. Now you guys can see when I increase the in network density, I had though the leech protocol is far more less efficient than the single hop and multi hop, but you can see here the multi hop routing protocol and single hop routing protocol almost behaving the same. So this is the thing, how the routing protocols behaving in different condition and different environment, and how scalable it is, though the performance is still better but not that much better, guys. And at the beginning performance is almost same. So now I'm going to perform this same operation with big field size, increasing the area and increasing the number of nodes. So let's move toward the second final experiment. Need to set the parameter 0, 0. Now I'm going to run the program again. It takes couple of minutes.
So
So
guys, my all round is
let
completed
me run
now,
the program.
and I've obtained the graph. I can show you. So guys, you can see here the performance of leech protocol in 1000 by 1000 field with 1000 nodes is very low, uh, while the single hope subclustering approach achieves better performance in terms of a live node, but our proposed the design of protocol dynamic multi-hop routing protocol is really perform far better than the existing leech and the most of the protocol. It is almost. So guys, here I can show you the 50% node of leech protocol become dead at round number 15, while in case of single hop routing protocol at round number 74, 50% node become die. So in terms of performance comparison, even the single hop routing protocol is 5 times much better than the existing leech protocol. And in case of our proposed protocol, you can see here the 50% node become not here. The 50% node died at around not here, like 3000 round as an assumption. So this performance is far better than the existing leech and other protocol. You can see here. Uh, Let me calculate the percentage. So 3000, it is 200 times much better, and in terms of percentage it is almost, it stand for 20,000% improvement of leech protocol. So this is all about this video. I guess I try to explain how we can achieve, and you want this source code, you can contact me directly. I have given my number at the title section of video. For getting the graph, I am posting these graph at my blog. You can get the blog link at the description section of video. You can see the graph and analysis, and thereafter you can contact me if you are working on the same field. And please like the button if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm keep working on the other fields also. So I keep posted the latest research work and enhancement in the field of AI and sensor network. Thank you guys, thanks for watching this video.